Hello everyone, my name is JING XU. I'm from FoCoS National University, and the topic I want to publish is the impact of SNS characteristic elements on customer purchase intention, focusing on Chinese beauty industry consumer, and then I will start my publication. This is contents, including introduction, theoretical background, research model, research hypothesis, empirical analysis, and conclusion. Next is introduction. According to the statistical report on the development status of the Internet in China, published by China Internet Network Information Center in February 2021, the Internet access rate of Chinese people reached 70.4%. with the total number of people accessing the Internet being about 989 million, of which 99.7% of the mobile phone users were online on mobile terminals, with the number reaching 996 million, and also Chinese online shopping users is about 782 million, accounting for 79.1% of the overall number of Internet users, of which mobile phone online shopping users are about 781 million, accounting for 99.9% of the total number of online shoppers. With the development of the Internet and smart terminal technologies, SNS not only surpassed to the use of computers, but also allows use to access SNS using their mobile phone, making it more convenient and free for users to share information, such as testing images and videos. At the same time, traditional market has begun to transform Chinese consumers' consumption attitudes and have shifted from survival to enjoyment. Under the new consumption model, consumers are getting more information from social media, social software, and social platforms, such as SNS and Weibo, to interact socially with unfamiliar consumers, so that users' comments and published information can influence other consumers' perception products. Nowadays, consumers no longer single-handedly shop on traditional shopping sites. Consumers will get their path to purchase through online search agents, search for decide products on SNS and check information posted by other consumers on SNS. Example, text, picture, short videos. Consumers can make purchase decisions based on information posted by other users. It is also possible for companies to get feedback from users in a cost-effective way, so that they can avoiding some valuable suggestion. Next is theoretical background. First is system characteristic. The particularity of SNS is that it goes beyond to concept of simple information, become too place for people to gather on and communicate due to the packet. Then information or content can be generated through introduction and conversation between SNS users. Second is interactivity. Interactivity refers to all the various action of two-way communication that take place between the sender and the receiver of a message. This interactivity allows consumers to autonomously customize content to suit their needs and provide more advantage positional through data analysis. Their sale make consumers more likely to make purchase. Third is access convenience. Accessibility referred to effective navigation, search and easy interface structure on website pages that allow users to find the information they need efficiently and accurately. Since SNS requires very few clicks to easily perform most operational functions, many users maintaining a lasting relationship with SNS. The easier it is for users to access the SNS, the more positive the customer's relationship with the product, and the greater the customer's confidence in the product. Fourth is resist. Resist refers to the ability to quickly handle downloading, updating, and modifying content on the website or mobile device, with the ability to provide information one way, communication with images in mobile device. Fifth is brand trust. Spence said that the essence of a brand is the signal that a good sense to consumers, a mechanism by which a company communicates information about its goods to consumers. Here the single refers to about the action taken by a company that can convince consumers of the quality or value of its products. Brand trust is an important factor in encouraging customers to spend money, while at the same time providing comfort and satisfaction, especially in an online shopping environment. Customers may feel various risky, but trust reduces negative customer emotions. The last one is purchase intentions. Purchase intentions is mediating a variable between attitudes and behavior, and is a frequent predictor of consumer behavior in research in the market field. Purchase intention is a measure of consumer willingness to buy intensely. Consumers demand for a product. Therefore, in this study, a research model with purchase intention as a final variable as purpose. Next, I will introduce my research model and research hypothesis. The purpose of this thesis is to focus on Chinese consumers' intention to buy in the beauty industry based on the characteristic elements of SNS, which can be classified as interactivity, access, convenience, and reasons. Based on prior research, the brand trust and purchase intention in the can be derived from the research model showing the figures. This is my research hypothesis H1 The interactivity of SNS has a positive impact on brand trust. Hypothesis H1 The access convenience to SNS had a positive effect on brand trust. Hypothesis 1, 2, 3. The results of SNS had a positive effect on brand trust. Hypothesis 2. Brand trust has a positive impact on consumers' purchase intentions. Next is empirical analysis. This study was empirically analyzed by means of a questionnaire survey. 200 questionnaires were distributed. Second, 33 invalid questionnaires were deleted and 167 valid questionnaires were returned. In this study, PLS was used and the data analysis method, taking into account the characteristic of the study. The fact is high if the R-square value is 0.26 or more. Medium if it is 0.26 to 0.13, and low if it is less than 0.13. Brand trust 0.234 can be evaluated and medium and purchase intention 0.347 can be evaluated and high. The hypothesis test results are shown in the table. All 4 hypotheses are accepted. Finally, the conclusion of the paper. This study focused on Chinese consumers, and in this study, a sample of Chinese people of all ages were surveyed in order to facilitate a comprehensive study of the impact of the characteristics element of SNS on the purchase intentions of Chinese consumers in the beauty industry. Hypothesis 1 was assessed, which is based on the characteristic elements of SNS and brand trust. The characteristic elements of SNS, such as interactivity, access, convenience, and resist, all have a positive effect on brand trust. Hypothesis 2 on brand trust and consumers' purchase intention was also accepted, which means brand trust has a positive effect on consumers' purchase intention. First of all, interactivity, access, convenience, and resist among the characteristic elements of SNS have a positive effect on brand trust. In other words, based on the interactivity of SNS, brand and business maintain timely communication and interaction with consumers on SNS, and users communicate with each other about their products on SNS. Based on the easy accessibility of SNS, users can easily register, login, and operate SNS, and can easily search for product information. And besides on the reasons, SNS timely pushes relevant product content according to users' preferences and update product information in real time, all of which can improve users' trust in the brand. Second, brand trust has a positive effect on consumers' willingness to purchase. In other words, online shopping can make consumers feel anxious and uneasy when they cannot fully understand the information and attributes of the products, and brand trust can largely eliminate consumers' negative emotions. Consumers' willingness to purchase or purchase heavier. The limitation of this thesis is that it only starts on the characteristic of SNS, and there are many other elements of SNS characteristic that affect Chinese customers' purchase intention. In addition to interactivity, access, convenience, and receipts, which are reposed in this paper. Other scholars have also studied SNS characteristics such as entertainment, usefulness, and information providing, which are not considered in this thesis. In the future, we intend to conduct research on consumers' orientation. The last is the literature reference in this paper. Thank you for your listening.